Unfortunately, it's getting to that time of the year to where nice riding days are going to be few and far between. So anytime the weather's nice out and say it's a weekend, I'm going to take advantage of it. It is a nice Sunday afternoon, mid-November-ish, and it's in the 60s, sunny, so perfect weather for riding. So I'm actually meeting up with a buddy, and we're going to ride around, but his story is kind of funny. He was totally anti-Harley-Davidson motorcycles for the longest time. When I told him I was going to get my first bike, and he was like, yeah, man, that's awesome, just don't buy a Harley. I'm like, well, that's the one I want, is I want a Harley. And I told him about the Sportster that I was getting, and I guess his experience with other people he knew riding Harleys is they were always in the shop, or there was always something wrong with them. So it's kind of why he was anti-Harley. It's never-ending issues with them, but knock on wood, I haven't had any major issues with any of mine yet. So he actually had a Yamaha bike that he inherited from his dad, and I got a call from him one day that he bought a Harley. I'm like, what? The person that was so anti-Harley bought a Harley. And then when he told me which bike he bought, I'm like, yeah, makes sense. He actually ended up buying a 2020 Lowrider S, and it's already had some upgrades to it. He's like, man, when they started that bike up at the dealership, just the sound of that exhaust that they had on there, he was hooked. So somebody that was anti-Harley now owns a Harley because of the Lowrider S. So we're actually going to meet him up here and kind of see what all has been done to that bike and kind of compare it to the Lowrider ST, which I have here. And then we're going to take it out and see how just a regular Lowrider ST does against his probably a stage 2 Lowrider S. All right, so I'm here with my buddy Tom, who has been converted to Harley. So you were, as I was saying earlier on the ride up here, you hated Harleys. And when you heard that I was getting a Harley for my first bike, you said don't do it, right?
I did.
All right, so why were you anti-Harley to begin with?
I had an uncle that rode him forever. He was all about it for years, and I don't know, just always wrenching on him, always hearing, friends and seeing people broke down on the side of the road.
Right.
It's like, I was always about the metric cruisers, but once I bought this thing, man, it totally changed my mind about everything.
So you went to what made you go to the Harley dealer to begin with?
I actually went there on a whim. Went to like 5 different dealerships, Harley. Was mainly looking for a sport bike, but went to the Harley dealership and sat on a couple of bikes out of Outlaw and started them up. They sounded great. He's like, man, this one just came in today. He's like, on a trade. He's like, it's a monster, bro. You should go back there and sit on it and listen to it. I was like, okay. So I went back in the shop. They literally got it. It was only there 2 hours, and turned this bad boy on, and I said, go get the papers.
So this is a 2020 Lowrider S.
Yep.
And it came with all this stuff on it. So it's got a stage 2 that they've done to it because they did the cam.
Yep.
It's already got the 2-in-1 exhaust. We don't know what tuner or cam that they have on this bike. Obviously, they have the Two Brothers Racing 2-in-1 exhaust there, and just honestly, the guy put a lot of money into this.
Yeah.
Previous owner. Saddleman step-up seat,
Yep.
which I want to get one of those for my bike too.
Got different pegs.
Yep, you got the passenger pegs, and then some new pegs up front here. Changed out to the high flow. So this is a 114, but he's got the stage 2, so it's pretty much going to be just like my 117 over there, maybe a little more power to it. And then coming around here, brakes and everything are stock. And then some upgraded handlebars up here. So these are the Kraus risers. So make the bike look pretty sweet looking. And a lot more comfortable to ride, right?
Oh, yeah.
They kind of extended these mirrors here, Arlen Ness grips, and then these flow cables there. I want to hear, and I'm sure a lot of people want to hear, what this TBR sounds like.
All right.
Damn. That sounds really good.
Yeah. She scoots.
Right? So this is a 2020 Lowrider S, and then I have the 2023 Lowrider ST, pretty much bone stock as far as performance goes. I did swap out to have the Cobra RTP Racing mufflers. It sounds nothing like his bike over there, whatever. The only other thing I did to the performance is I have a Screamin' Eagle tuner on here, and I got a video coming out on that. I definitely don't recommend it. I only did it to stay in warranty. But I'll kind of go over that video why I don't recommend it. But we'll listen to my quiet little bike compared to yours. Yeah, so you definitely got the better exhaust. So are you stuck with Harleys now? Like, are you going to stay within a Harley brand if you get anything else?
Yeah. Yeah, the new 2023 Road Glide.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Take that out for a spin?
It was amazing. So Harley, if you're listening, I'll definitely take that on a sponsor.
Yeah, we will, definitely. So cool.
I
So
love it. It's a great bike.
anything you don't like about this bike?
Not really. I mean, every one of them has their own fit and function for what it's for, and
Right.
I got this for a reason. You know, just scooting around town. You know, I don't really go on a lot of road trips and stuff like that, but I jam out around town, around the city, and around the state. So,
Any upgrades that you have planned that you're going to do?
if anything, I'd probably get one of those new windshields and put it on the front of this if I do anything.
Yeah.
Other than that, probably not. Just leave it like she is.
Hell yeah.
Keep her simple. Maybe upgrade the lights up here to something and a brighter light up front.
Yeah, definitely need to get some LED lights for there. Get rid of
So-
those incandescent ones.
Other than that, probably not.
Sweet. So we have an anti-Harley guy that has been converted thanks to the Lowrider S. If you guys don't know, the Lowrider ST obviously has this fairing, and it used to be VIN locked. You couldn't buy it from the dealer and put it on any other bike, but Advent Black actually came out with paint match ones that you can put on other bikes. So he could buy this now from Advent Black, throw it on the Lowrider S, throw some bags on there, and shit, he's pretty much got a Lowrider ST at a much lower cost than what I spent.
I don't know. What'd you pay for yours?
25.
So with my package, this was 20 out the door. You know, I got the upgraded packages and stuff on it.
Yeah, so you got a good deal because
But-
you got a bunch of expensive upgrades. So this is
That was
just
the
kinda looking
thing.
at the
That
two.
was what I was looking at. I was like, man, this guy spent some money on the motor, spent some money on those handlebars. You know, and I don't know the guy. I don't know what he did to it. I don't know what tune he did, but I mean, whoever he is, you did a good job, Bubba.
Yeah.
You know, the bike sounds great. You know, the only issue, and what's funny, is because I talk shit on Harley, because you always get the check engine lights. I bought that, and the check engine light came on it a mile out of the dealership, and they can't seem to figure out what it is, or an old code, or they're bullshitting me. And, you know, I don't know. I like to trust those guys up there. They're good dudes from, you know.
I
But
wonder if it has anything to do with the
I
tuner.
was wondering if it's the tuner, because, you know, the tuners, especially if it's aftermarket,
Yeah.
it's probably going to throw some fucking code. Who knows? But
Yeah, 114. But
she's ridden
stage
fine.
two.
The same. She's ridden. I put 5,000 miles on her in 3 months,
Nice.
and it hasn't driven any differently. If anything, it feels like it's getting more broken in. I'm learning the bike. You know, learning what she likes and what she doesn't like. She doesn't like the heat. These Harleys don't like heat at all.
No.
It sucks in the summertime. It's like, you know, on a metric bike, you can get out on there, and especially if they're liquid cooled. And that was my thing. I was like, how can Harley, you know, get to, you know, I don't want to, you know, say like get just like the Japanese and bikes and stuff, but like how can we get that quality up, you know, and where they are a little bit more heat tolerant, you know, technology, or, you know, is it just, you know, that's their thing, just keep it simple and old school, the way motorcycles are designed. They're a simple machine, you know, and that just the ride on this, you know, my dad had an 05 Yamaha V-Star Midnight Edition, just the big old, you know, deluxe baggers they had. When he passed away, I rode that. I still do. But, I mean, that's like riding a sofa. But even the quality difference from that to these Harleys like that Road King, like Road King's unmatched, man. I couldn't like, you hit a pothole, you couldn't feel nothing. It was like, this is crazy, like just like glass on these newer bikes. And this one, you can tell it rides a little bit rougher. I mean, it was designed to scoot around town and jam.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't designed to get out and go to Montana and shit.
But you could, I mean, throw on the Advent and Black Fairing and some bags, and I mean, you technically could. It's not going to be the most comfortable ride.
Right.
But
well, and the suspension is different, and the touring frames are heavier, and they're built for those long rides.
Exactly. But I believe the Lowrider S, the 2020 version, still has the inverted forks, so that definitely helps with that.
Yeah.
Suspension up front.
Yeah, and I forget what company makes these for Harley, but these are amazing. Like these forks, they're, I mean, can't beat them. I forget the company. I saw it on a YouTube video the other day. I know they do it in house, but whoever does it, but thing rides smooth, man. Yeah,
it was funny. I had no idea. You had no idea I was buying the ST. I had no idea you were buying the S. And so basically, at this point, we should be pretty well matched performance-wise. You probably got a little bit step up because you got the cam and that badass exhaust. Well, what do you say we get these things on the road?
Let's do it.
All right. Can't even hear my exhaust over his. Not fair. right, so since we are back from Mexico where we were doing all that riding footage, my GoPro actually died, so this is another day, and just wanted to kind of go over the Lowrider S that he had versus the ST. We were doing some pulls on the road, and honestly, if we were able to, get on the throttle at the exact same time, we were neck and neck. The power is very similar. So again, I have the 117. I don't really consider I have a stage 1. I just have the mufflers and the Screaming Eagle tuner, which isn't even tuned that great. But he does have a stage 2 fully done on his 114 Lowrider S. And so I think once you do the stage 2 on the Lowrider S, your power is going to be pretty much what the 117 is putting out. So take that for what it's worth. Obviously, depending on the tune and stuff, that could change. But the way he had it set up, we're about neck and neck. But that just goes to show you that somebody that was anti-Harley for the longest time, the Lowrider S, I think Harley did really good with these two bikes, the S and the ST, kind of listening to what people want and actually delivering on that. So yeah, so that's just our story of an anti-Harley guy being converted to the Harley brand because of the Lowrider S. So let us know your thoughts if any of you guys were anti-Harley, or if you have any experience on either of these bikes and how you like them or hate them. So that way other people kind of know what to expect. But if you guys like this content, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button and hit that bell so you'll be notified when we come out with more content just like this. Thanks for watching.